Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today with another body count. We got the most twisted case you've ever heard. I wonder if this is going to be the most twisted case we've ever heard. What you do that for?
I was trying to... Okay.
I got to do that now.
Do what?
Like take a deep breath when I get stuck.
It helps you not cough.
You blowing your breath. Stink.
It don't stink. My breath just does not stink.
Hey man, with that being said,
Do not lie like that.
Before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it in with a thumbs up.
I ain't lying. Hey man, make sure y'all hit that. I'm not lying. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button so y'all can tell her I'm not lying, bro.
My breath does not.
And if you ain't hitting the subscribe button, you saying I'm a liar, and that doesn't benefit her either. So
y'all hit the subscribe button, but my breath don't stink. No, don't do me. Anyway, come on.
All right. With that being said, let's go. Let's check it out. Oh shit! God damn! Ah, I'm looking like this now. Oh shit!
You're funny.
Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about, man.
911 emergency.
There's an active shooter at UCC right now.
UCC, where at?
UCC in the, oh my God.
UCC, what building? Do you know?
Oh my God.
Do you...
Oh my God, there's a shooter. Hey, there's a shooter. Get the out, dude.
He would ask somebody if they were a Christian or not. He would say, good, because you're about to meet him in a couple seconds, and then shoot them.
And I remember shooting. I remember the smell and the sound and everything. I think one woman said that when we do stuff, we're all going to die.
Oh my God.
Ma'am?
There's a shooter.
Where's the...
Get in your car.
Where...
Go.
All I could think about was grab that guy's brains off the ground and put it all over my face and head, just hoping that he thought that I was dead, you know.
On the fateful morning of October 1st, 2015, Umpqua Community College was thrust into a state of...
What community college? I knew it was a community college where it said CC.
UCC.
You said what?
UCC.
UTC?
UCC.
I swear it sounded like you said.
1st, 2015, Umpqua Community...
Umpqua?
Umpqua.
What the fuck is an Umpqua?
Community.
Y'all gotta have enough people to have a community college, right?
Umpqua.
Umpqua. Where the fuck is an Umpqua? Oregon?
Is it Oregon?
Yeah, Roseburg, Oregon.
Okay.
Umpqua. Wow, what a name. Right?
Umpqua.
Oh, you know this? Oh, look at this Grand Prix. Wow.
It don't necessarily...
That's 2015. I'm saying this is an old ass car.
Oh, 2015.
You ain't finna see this car on the road like that now.
Community College was thrust into a state of profound chaos as an assailant unleashed a relentless storm of bullets, ruthlessly targeting students and staff alike. Amidst the frantic efforts of the officers, desperately tending to the wounded and grappling with the heart-wrenching loss of life, a startling revelation emerges. A single student holds details about this barbaric act that revealed a vicious mind yearning to be reincarnated as Satan. On a quiet Thursday...
Nigga, how you gonna get reincarnated as Satan when Satan is already a thing? That's how you know you supposed to be fucked up, bro.
Reincarnate.
You already worship Satan, so you ain't gonna be...
Mind yearning to be reincarnated
Satan don't want
as
you.
Satan. On a quiet Thursday morning, Douglas County...
Not like that. He probably wants you, but not like, yo, he don't want to cosplay as you. He needs you to carry out his, you know what I'm saying? But he don't want to cosplay as you. He got other demons that's worse than you. He like, shit, I might well get one of those. Well, you little shit. Slow ass.
County was rattled by an alarming call that sent shockwaves of fear and panic throughout the entire United States. At 10:38 a.m., 911 emergency services in the area receive a chilling call about a shooter who had brazenly entered the Umpqua Community College campus, stormed into one of the classrooms, and started unleashing a barrage of gunfire. The following calls and testimonies have been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a former licensed professional counselor, and a licensed clinical psychologist.
911 emergency, are you reporting?
Okay, we're a school shooting. I'm at UCC.
Okay, listen to me. We've got lots of help on scene there, okay? I want you guys to get down. I want you to make yourself safe, and we've got lots of help there, okay?
I know.
Are you with anybody that's been injured?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hold on.
Listen to me. We've got lots of help there. Are you with somebody that's been injured?
She's in the room. He's dead.
Ma'am?
As the gravity of the situation continues to unfold, an unrelenting deluge of calls flood in from distraught parents.
911.
Do they know that there's a shooting at UCC?
We have lots of help headed that way. Are you at the college?
I am not. My daughter just called me. She's right next door. I told her to barricade any door. I told them, take whatever they have and barricade the door.
We have lots of help headed that way for them, okay? Fortunately.
I need to tell you something.
Okay.
Uh-huh. My daughter is in a break room. He is in that room now. He is in a break room.
Okay.
I just texted with her.
Did she say anything about being injured or anything like that?
No, but there's a ton of people in that room, and the guy was banging on the door and got in.
Okay.
In a remarkably short time, a few of the student callers successfully pinpoint the exact building and classroom where the assailant is carrying out his horrifying rampage.
Have you ever been at, like, in a community college, like on a campus, like, as you...
Been inside?
Yeah.
On the Jackson State.
So you've been there before?
Yeah, I went there one time with old girl.
Oh.
Just old girl.
I know.
But, yeah.
But you call them old girl? Who is it?
No, I've been there one time with...
Who is it?
Lacey.
I
had went there one time.
So,
but she used to have classes, and I had sat up there with her one time.
Okay. Being a community college campus and a university campus are totally different. Mm-hmm. An active shooter on a university campus, it's a possibility you ain't got to worry about it. You can get away. I'm saying you can get away because the campus is so big, and if they got an active shooter, it can be like just in that area, right? With a community college, majority everybody got class in one building.
It's in this one building, yeah.
And if a active shooter is in this one building, it's like, damn, we stuck.
Yeah.
And some community college got like 2 buildings. So you know what I'm saying? It differs, but it's so much smaller where you can feel trapped. Mm-hmm. And somebody coming, man, I'm panicking more at a community college than I am at a university.
Oh man.
Because say for instance, in the university, he in a science building, but you in a business building. That's all the way. If they say after shooting, I can skedaddle and get gone if you all the way in the science building or all in the history building or all the way over there on the other side of campus. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But if he say, hey, it's after in the main building, motherfucker, we in the main building. If I try to...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know, like, that's a scary situation. That's a very scary situation.
Their timely information serves as a crucial aid to the operators, who are working diligently to guide the dispatch officers to the campus.
911 emergency, are you reporting the active shooter at UCC?
Yes, it's in Snyder Hall.
Okay, in Snyder Hall, do we know how many people are injured?
I saw bullets coming through a door at a female. She made it into the computer lab that is the south side of Snyder Hall.
She's in the computer lab and she's injured?
She was cringing. I don't know if she was injured or not, but the bullets were coming from...
Okay, do we know where the shooter is right now?
We're in Snyder 17. Either Snyder 14 or 15.
As the sudden surge of calls congest the emergency phone lines, the police remain wary of the possibility of multiple casualties on site.
774 medical aid. We have a report of 1 person shot. There's approximately 35 people in Snyder Hall right now.
And that's another thing, because of community college, the number of people is a lot smaller too. So the amount of people you can take out is gonna be more. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been to I've been to high school that's way bigger than certain community colleges, and that's like that. Man, this sad, bro. I didn't think we was signing up for this today.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting tired of this.
Do you know where the shooter is at this time?
No,
No? Okay. Do you still hear gunshots? You do? How many gunshots can you hear?
it's like one every 3 minutes,
Okay. All
maybe
right.
more.
Okay. What?
There's somebody outside the door. I'm not sure with a walkie. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. What I want you to do right now, though, is all of you, I want you guys just to all huddle as far as
We
you
are.
can
We're
into a corner, okay?
across from the window.
Okay, good. I want you guys just to all stay down. We've got lots of help coming that way for you guys, okay?
Okay.
More officers are dispatched to the college campus, and numerous police departments come together to secure the area and aid in the investigation. As news channels and media outlets across the United States air reports of the gruesome attack, professionals from neighboring countries and states step up to offer their help to the grieving community.
This is Rick Thompson of the Marion County Medical Examiner's Office. We got word of your situation down there, and we're just calling to see if we can offer any staff to come down and be of assistance to you guys down there.
Once the incident becomes known nationwide, emergency services receive tip calls from concerned citizens who report suspicious activities they'd witnessed in the hours before and during the shooting. The unnerving details in these tips give rise to a horrifying concern, hinting at the troubling possibility of there being multiple shooters involved.
I was on the 911 line just a few.
See, that's another reason why I be saying I do hate when multiple people start flooding in with calls. Because if there's just one, but with multiple people, I think it could be more than. Now, you know what I'm saying?
It cause confusion.
Cause like, if it's one, we can go in there and get the one.
Yeah.
You multiple people calling in that don't know nothing about the situation, saying it's possible 2 or 3, it might hesitate them. You know what I'm saying?
Few moments ago with a caller that was reporting a male with a gun seen on I-5 northbound around the Sutherland exit, just walking along the side of the road. He had a pistol in his hands. It could be related to your shooting, I'm not sure.
And did she give you a description of this guy?
She says there were 2 males. She only gave me a description of the one holding the pistol. Black male, possibly in his 20s, short dark hair. He was last seen wearing a dark sweatshirt and gray sweatpants. 911 emergency?
Yes. I just had a strange incident. I walked up on one of the empty lots where I live.
Yeah.
And there was a pickup there with a young college-age student, and I thought he was throwing out garbage, and he told me it wasn't garbage, and it was school stuff. I didn't get around to the back where I could look. I thought he was just dumping trash.
And he looked like he was really uncomfortable and kind of fidgety.
Oh, he did.
Soon, these tips shift towards the campus and become more specific.
Okay, and you said you saw...
I passed a person on my walk in green camouflage fatigues in front of Snyder Hall morning at 7 a.m. He was walking away from a car, and as I passed in front of that car, he lost it.
As the task force units operate amidst the chaos, emergency services finally receive the update all of America has been waiting for.
183, we are code 4, the suspect is down.
Copy. Code 4, suspect is down.
After a standoff between a shooter and law enforcement, one of the officers has been able to hit the shooter on the right side. The shooter then retreated into one of the classrooms. From within, officers can hear one more final shot. The shooter is dead. Still, officers continue to cautiously scour the campus as they rescue students and staff who've been trapped inside classrooms. Simultaneously, a haunting realization sets in for all emergency services.
Hi, I was calling. I'm in Ohio, and I know that you guys have the school. Yes, how can I help you? I was online, and there's a website, and there's a post yesterday saying that there's going to be a school shooting, and people recommending how to do it. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I mention this because there have been other shootings and stuff like in the past on the news, and like people seem to go to this website and post stuff about it. I need you to specifically read that to me.
Some of you guys are all right. Don't go to school tomorrow if you are in the Northwest. Happening thread will be posted tomorrow morning.
Meanwhile, after conducting a comprehensive sweep of the entire premises, and meticulously examining every nook and cranny of the buildings, the investigating team determines that there was only one shooter on site. The sheer quantity of ammunition and weapons uncovered from the shooter's bag at the school makes everyone's blood run cold. The extent of meticulous planning indicated that it was unlikely for only one person to set things of this magnitude into motion. Recognizing the significance of the internet post, the investigating team promptly alerts the FBI, who in turn posts several assistant investigators to probe the matter with utmost urgency. If they can nab this anonymous author of the post, there's a chance of bursting the entire racket. As the team springs into action, alarming waves of reports flood in from vigilant citizens. They alert operators about the post's rapid sharing across social media platforms.
It's showing like a live feed of chat.
Okay.
It's premeditating the shooting at UCC. I mean, these people are telling him how to do this, and people are posting things after it, telling him that he will be a legend.
Okay.
What we do know from the unfortunate prevalence of mass shootings today is that these murderers typically go in with the intention to go out shooting and take as many people with them as possible. There used to be protocols in place to try to negotiate with the gunman, as is done in hostage situations, and active shooter training formerly emphasized talking the gunman down. However, nowadays the focus in active shooter training is to fight and try to take the shooter out. While operators take notes of these fresh tips, the officers on the campus begin to safely evacuate everyone out of the college to help them reunite with their families.
Okay, we've just been notified that all the students are being transported to the fairgrounds, and we're asking that parents meet their children there.
In an effort to gather information, law enforcement officers assemble a dedicated interview team on the ground, aiming to speak directly with survivors who may have had direct encounters with the shooter. Unfortunately, due to it being only the second day of the new academic year, most students and staff on campus are not yet acquainted with everyone. This lack of familiarity adds to the challenges faced by the officers, as survivors are neither able to identify the person responsible for causing them such trauma, nor name the other classmates who had been critically injured and needed urgent attention. But amidst this uncertainty, one team of investigators manages to ID the shooter, bringing a significant breakthrough to the ongoing investigation. His name.
I ain't gonna lie, his ID, he look crazy.
He do look a little off.
Like, for you to take an ID picture like that, and look like that, either he was high.
I was about to say, look high.
But he also looked like something fucked up in the head.
Is Chris Harper Mercer. At this stage, investigating teams are strategically divided into 3 distinct units. The first unit is tasked with reaching out to Chris's family and neighbors, aiming to gather valuable insights into his behavior and actions. Their objective is to gain a deeper understanding of his background and potential motives. Simultaneously, another team acquires a search warrant to meticulously scour every corner of Chris's house in search of any evidence or clues that could shed light on the situation. Lastly, the third team remains actively present on the ground, conducting thorough interviews with students and staff who directly witnessed the shootings. This team aims to gather firsthand accounts and any other relevant information that may contribute to the overall investigation. While the teams set on their assigned tasks, authorities make the decision to disclose the shooter's identity to the media. As soon as they announce Chris's name, a wave of suspicious activity starts surfacing on social media.
Douglas County Communications.
Hi, I'm watching the news on that shooting there in Rosebud. There's 4 Facebook accounts under the kid's name, what was his name, Chris Harper Mercer, and they're all very twisted, and they've just been put up recently. I might have a...
Yeah, and you said it's Facebook accounts under the perp, is that what you're saying?
Harper Mercer. You know, I hate to bother you all, but this Chris Harper Mercer, just out of curiosity, I didn't really expect to find anything, but I went on Facebook. His page is up.
Yeah, I've already got that information, and I actually just received 1 call about it so far, though, so thank you for calling in.
While the operators persist in gathering and sharing information with the officers, it's the house search team that manages to obtain valuable insights about Chris. The 26-year-old lived in an apartment with his mother, Laurel Harper, in Douglas County.
26? Do we look 26? So he was born, what, 80? This was happening in 2015? So he's probably born in 88, 89, depending on when his birthday is. He doesn't look 26 though. I'm sure they didn't got rid of his Facebook account though.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. 9 times out of 10.
However, it's a spine-chilling document that the investigating team finds in Chris's room that reveals a disturbing link to the attack. Chris was a student at UCC and had, in fact, enrolled in a writing class that was scheduled in the same lecture hall where he'd opened fire. It seems his only reason for enrolling at the college was an effort to help facilitate the deadly attack on campus students and staff. The search team also discovers CCTV footage showing Chris purchasing ammunition.
Oh yeah, something wrong with that man. Did y'all not see how this man walked?
I'm telling you, he looked off. He looked off in the head.
The search team also discovers CCTV footage showing Chris purchasing ammunition from a nearby pawn shop in the days leading up to the shooting. As the search team starts packing up,
I ain't gonna hold you.
Pawn shop in the day.
I'm giving no. Boy, you look a lot. And I know it's wrong to be judgmental, but sometimes you can just look at them and tell, bro. They need to really have psych tests before.
They do. They really do.
Bro, that's a lot of stuff they need to do before they just give guns away, ammunition away. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Days leading up to the shooting. As the search team starts packing up Chris's belongings for further investigation, a separate team initiates a neighborhood canvass by interviewing Chris's neighbors, both in person and through phone calls.
Do you see any visitors or anything ever come into their...
No, I never really did. The only time I ever really saw them together was if they would unload groceries. Never saw them walk. I never saw him driving anywhere. See her pulling out once in a while, but never even hardly saw them together.
I never met them. I never saw them. I never saw them coming and going. I've only lived there since the ending of August. So I haven't lived there that long, and I never saw them. I'm totally blank, and I live right upstairs from them.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
While neighbors express serious shock at the discovery of the shooter living in their building, most describe the mother-son duo as being either aloof or completely absent from the community. But an interview with one other neighbor provides a window into the lives of Chris and Laurel Harper.
And on the way, they're doing some small talk, and the mother had mentioned that her son has been real depressed lately, and she was trying to see if she might find somebody for him to be friends with or something. Mm-hmm. And then that was the main thing.
Mama trying to find you some friends at 26. Boy, it's too late. And trust me, she has signs. I say this every time. 26. And you feel the need that you at his 26-year-old age need to be trying to help him find friends. You know your son been weird or something been off with your son since he was a child.
Excuse me.
At 26, I'm gonna help him get some friends. He can get friends at school.
He can make friends.
He can socialize to people at school.
Yeah, that was an option. That was one of the best options.
That is at 26 and you enrolled in college, that is the best option for you, especially a community college.
Yeah.
Because you have other people that are older that's on the same path to trying to change their life for the better, trying to find another route or something.
Yeah.
That was his best opportunity.
Yeah.
Find you a hobby or something. Well, he did have a hobby.
Excuse me, sorry.
The lady told me when this had happened, the girl that I'm talking about. And I don't know exactly how this all went down, but supposedly she went in the house and the mother was trying to see if the son would come out and meet her. And she knocked on his door, and he wouldn't come out. And the mother said, boy, all he's been doing is staying in that room with the door closed on that darn computer. And that was that.
Based on this neighbor's accounts, it becomes evident that Chris preferred to keep to himself and was grappling with a mental health condition that deeply concerned his mother. While the search and neighborhood teams gather crucial information about Chris, his social circle, and his community involvement, it's the interview team stationed at the fairground that stumbles upon alarming revelations. triggering a frantic search throughout the campus. In this never-before-heard interview, students narrate harrowing details from the horrific incident.
I looked up at the clock, I remember, because I was trying to see how much longer was in class, and it was about 10:30-ish, somewhere around there. And then Mr. Levine was asking or reading to us the page that we were going over. And all of a sudden I looked over and I see the student with his backpack on and he's rushing over. And at that point I heard a gunshot and we all stood up really fast and he came in and said, "I want everybody on the ground." And we all dropped to the ground. I ran over on the other side. I didn't see it because I wasn't looking at the point, but I didn't see my teacher after that moment, the first gunshot that I heard. And then he was yelling at us, shooting at the ceiling, saying, "I want everybody in the center of the room." And we weren't moving very fast, and he was telling us to go quicker, and we weren't all, like, bunched up, I guess you would say. So he told us to get closer. He pulled off his backpack and said, "It will be a miracle if any of you survive today, and that if one of you survive," and then he stopped at that point and said, "Hey, you in the back," and pointed out one of the students and said that "You're going to be the survivor today, so come on up here." And then he gave him his backpack and said, "All of my stuff's in here. There's a flash drive with all of my stuff. Show this to the police after I'm done." And then at that point, he shot the kid. And that was the first one I saw. And at that point, I honestly thought it was a drill. I thought people were in on it because I've never really heard that kind of a gunshot before, so it didn't really sound like it. It kind of sounded like a firecracker kind of thing. And then we were all in the middle, and then he started pointing out people, and at that time I had my head down. I didn't look up from there, but I heard him saying, "Hey, you right there, stand up," and then he would just start calling out people, asking what their religion was. I heard if they said yes, they were Christian, he would shoot them, and I'd heard it drop. For the ones that said they didn't, I just heard them yell, "Ow." Somewhere in there was different spots. And then he was saying something, how somebody said, "Do you believe in God? You're not going to go to heaven and stuff." But then he's like, "Oh, I'm a Christian just like you guys. I love God and I'm about to meet him just like you guys here in a few minutes." He would ask somebody if they were a Christian or not. He would say, "Good, because you're about to meet him in a couple seconds," and then shoot them.
This is an ultimate show of Chris's narcissistic traits, putting himself in a godlike position where he decides who lives or dies. These types of beliefs are very typical of individuals with antisocial personality disorder. In his mind, Chris finally achieved the power and control he never had, but always wanted.
And then at that point, he came back and started walking, and I could hear him walking closer to me. And then I heard a gunshot, and I felt something on my back that was like hot or something. And then all of a sudden I felt, because I was on my back like this, I felt the person next to me just roll over on top of me. And then I opened my eyes right here, and then I saw blood coming down.
So that's your first period class?
No, it's my second.
Second period class?
Yeah.
What time does that class start?
10 o'clock to 11:50.
So you start that class, everything's going great. Where were you at in the class, and then kind of walk us through how that all started?
And there's 3 rows of tables. I was in the middle table at the very front, closest to the door. I don't know, I was doing something on my paper. We were doing a nouns and verbs worksheet or whatever, working on grammar. I remember hearing something. I don't remember what it was. It just kind of threw me off, and the guy walked in the door. When I looked up, I was hearing him say, "I've been waiting to do this for a long time," or something down the lines of that. Still didn't even realize what was going on. Then he got his gun or whatever and told everybody to get down on the ground.
You remember where he shot the gun?
As far as I know, I didn't see him shoot anybody yet. My table was right in front of the podium or whatever where the teacher stands. And I ended up under that table towards the teacher's desk. And I remember looking up, and the teacher was like crouched down right above me with his hands on the table, trying to hide behind the table. I remember thinking I got nowhere to go. Like, where is he gonna go? He started yelling for all of us to get in the middle of the room and stay on the ground. And at that point, I started to move, and he shot the teacher in the head. And the teacher was laying by my leg, and you could tell he was dead. Then there was a guy, I don't know who he was, that was on the ground right next to me. His head was right in front of mine, and he shot him in the head. He just started shooting. I know somebody had come to the door, a woman, and he had shot her a couple times. There was a table right in front of me and him, and I remember him shooting. I remember the smell and the sound and everything. And the guy right next to me, all I could hear was that, because it was really quiet in the room. I think one woman said, "We need to do something or we're all going to die." And I remember thinking a couple different times, we don't do something. But there was no way that if I got up, I would have had to go over a body. I would have had to go through 2 tables to a guy with a gun. I was like, I'm going to die if I do that because no one else is trying to. I was on this, here's the middle row. He's on this side. I'm over here. There's a table and the guy's dead here, and the teacher's I don't remember if he was on my legs or if he was just against my legs. He wasn't looking at me. All I could think about was grab that guy's brains off the ground and put it all over my face and head and laid there. I couldn't quit moving. I was just hoping that he thought, my body was twitching or whatever, that I was dead, I heard him stand one woman up, asked her what her religion was, and she said she was a Christian. And he said, well, that's good, because you can see your God in 1 second. He shot her, stood someone else up, and said, don't beg, something about not killing her right away. And then he did shoot her, and she was still alive, and he was like, see, or whatever, and he shot her again. At that point, the room was quiet other than the gunshots. Everybody was silent. He shot like a lot of bullets. I figured everybody in there was dead. It sounded like he was just walking around the room and shooting the rest of the people on the ground. So I pretty much was just waiting to die.
All students displayed immense bravery as they shared their firsthand experiences and recounted the horrors they'd witnessed. Moreover, their testimonies revealed a disturbing pattern indicating Chris's vehement opposition to faith and his sadistic satisfaction in torturing people before taking their lives. But there was one sinister detail in all of the student accounts that left the entire investigating team with panicked goosebumps. All students who were interviewed disclosed to the police that Chris had singled out a particular student, entrusting him with a mysterious manila envelope. Unfortunately, no one knew this student or his name. Cops found a momentary ray of hope in a FedEx delivery agent who visited the fairground and volunteered information to help them. He shared that he was present on campus to make deliveries and had seen the shooting in a classroom through a window. He gave them his mobile phone and shared that he'd captured photographs as evidence. Eager to find any trace of the elusive student with the envelope, the police diligently examined the images, hoping for a breakthrough. Yet, despite their efforts, the pictures failed to reveal any new insights beyond what was already known. As updates pour in from different teams, investigators begin to explore the possibility of Chris's involvement with an online criminal group. The significance of the manila envelope grows by the minute, as it holds the potential to possibly provide crucial information about other darker plans that are yet to be executed. However, amidst the chaotic swarm of media, parents, students, and officials, it becomes increasingly challenging to track down this individual. Just as the interview team is about to leave in hunt of a student with an envelope on the fairground, they find their breakthrough in one of the last students they interview.
So he fired a couple shots before he came in, and then through the window, I think. Okay, so go ahead and tell him. And he came inside, and he yelled and told everybody to get into the room. In the middle of the room. And he looked at me and he said, "Kid with the glasses, get inside, and hand me the envelope." He's like, "This is a memento for the cops, to whoever the survives this," and then handed me it and told me to get in the back of the class, and then he wasn't going to hurt me if I give it to the cop. And then he just shot people. He just went through and shot everybody one by one and was asking them if they're religious. And he was asking if they were religious? Yeah. Do you remember how he was shooting people? He was just having them stand up one by one and shooting them in the head. A couple people he shot while they were laying down, a couple in the body first, and the few people that got shot and he didn't kill. You know what kind of guy it was or anything? He said something about a 9mm.
The police had managed to locate the student who had been in possession of the manila envelope. However, driven by fear and uncertainty regarding its contents, the student shares that he had discarded the package near a garbage can on the campus.
And that's what he was probably getting rid of. Well, no, because that woman said she was at somewhere else.
Yeah, she said, yeah.
This porch. Acting swiftly, the investigating team springs into action, meticulously scouring through all the trash cans on campus. Near one of the bins, their attention is drawn to an individual who appears suspiciously close to the can in question. Proceeding with caution, they approach the bin, only to discover an empty manila envelope. Acting promptly, they apprehend the individual and interrogate him immediately to uncover the truth.
And there was an envelope on the sidewalk behind my car. It was a brown manila envelope. So I pick it up and I look inside and it had a flash drive in it. So I just threw the envelope in the trash can, put the flash drive in my pocket. I thought somebody dropped it. So I was going to turn it into the office so they could figure out what student it was. This detective walks up and there's a blood splattered by it must have been one of the 3 kids was carrying that envelope.
It turns out that this person is also a student at the university and had witnessed the entire shooting from the college's parking lot. He hands over the drive to the investigators, who immediately plug it into a computer to see its contents. It's in this drive that all the answers to the ever-growing questions of the investigating team are found. Chris had typed a 6-page manifesto depicting himself as a lonely, dejected 26-year-old Similar to other mass shooters, he rambled in his writing about being a virgin and having no friends. He glorified killing and other killers and included a lengthy discriminatory rant about other men and expressed satanic views. He wrote that he had no job, no life, no success. Other killers and included a lengthy discriminatory rant about other men and expressed satanic views. He wrote that he had no job, no life, no successes to speak of, and believed that his success in hell is assured. He wrote that when he died, he'd become a demon. The drive also contained reports and pages from other shootings and biographies of the shooters. During her interview with the police, Chris's mother, Laurel Harper, said that Chris had been hot-headed and unruly since birth. He was reportedly born angry and always believed that he was superior to his peers. Though his mother tried to talk him down as often as she could, according to his mother's report, it seems that Chris may have displayed antisocial and narcissistic personality traits beginning at an early age. As a child, Chris was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. After he was diagnosed, he was put on medication, but their family life didn't improve. His parents separated, and his father left the home when he was a young child. He and his mother survived mostly on welfare checks and the help of family. Regardless of their circumstances, Chris's mother had tried her best to shape him into a happy, functioning member of society. But at 18 years old, he stopped taking the medication, and his mental health worsened. In 2008, Chris joined the U.S. Army, but was discharged before completing basic training. On the internet, Chris only discussed and posted his passions: true crime, the occult, and guns. He would read and reread stories of infamous mass shooters and posted about them on the file-sharing sites using the pseudonym Lithium Love. He frequently made occult and conspiracy-related.
That's weird, bro.
It gets me very much.
And honestly, if he was discharged because mentally he couldn't qualify for the military, they should have put it in the system. And that's why I'm like so adamant that there should be things set in place. It should be flagged in the system every time he tried to get ammo or even guns that he cannot obtain these things. He should, like, look at him. Like, you can tell, like, mentally something is not right with this dude.
I agree.
Posts, shared and praised the work of these mass murderers, and occasionally put up a few items of explicit content. He even compared himself to these killers, saying that the people like him, the ones who stand with the gods, were Elliot Rodger, Vester Flanagan, the Columbine Kids, Adam Lanza, and Sung Cho. The investigators wrote more than 100 reports, interviewed more than 150 people, and collected more than 300 pieces of evidence during the course of the investigation, which now involved 13 law enforcement agencies. The reports conclude that this incident was a violent act carried out single-handedly by a very disturbed man. Families of the 9 victims of this tragedy put out statements on the beautiful lives and impacts these individuals had on the community. Lucero Alcaraz, age 19. Trevin Taylor Anspach, 20. Rebecca Ann Carnes, 18. Quinn Glenn Cooper, 18. Kim Saltmarsh Dietz, 59. Lucas Eibel, 18. Jason Dale Johnson, 33. Lawrence Levine, 67. And Serena Dawn Moore, 43, tragically lost their lives that day. Their memories linger on in the hearts of their families and communities.
Wow.
That was sad.
Rest in peace. That was sad, bro.
That was sad, bro. That didn't have to happen at all. Not a single soul had to die that day, man. I mean, for fucking what? Let's be real, for fucking what?
For what?
Because you dealing with things personally.
I really have no
Tragic.
words. Yeah, it's very tragic.
Tragic. Hey, man. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts. At this point, bro, it's like you continue to repeat yourself. Y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar,